Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us at this WIN networking event. I don't know how many of you are active participants in the club, but or interest group maybe is a better way of putting it. But WIN has been in existence for about 3 years. It is co-led by Kieran Lenz and Pam Myshak. They've done a fabulous job with a lot of help and support from many others across the agency. And last year was Women's History Month, National Women's History Month, right? In March last month. So they did something different this year and put together a nomination effort to recognize women within Team Detroit that are making history themselves today. We had, I think, a ton of nominations, right? And wound up with 5 winners that we'd like to honor today. So I'd like to invite Kieran up to talk a little bit more about those nominees and how they were selected. And then I've also got to put a plug in. If you're not an active participant in WIN or Imprint or any of the interest groups that we have, please consider doing that because we really appreciate your participation and point of view. And that's one great way of reaching the leadership of the agency. So thanks for coming, and I'll turn it over to Kieran.
Thanks everybody for joining us today. Before we get into the event and why we're here today, we're going to, of course, put a little bit of information out about WIN in the hopes that you get involved. If you're not familiar with WIN, WIN is the Women's Initiative, which is part of Imprint, which is part of Engage at Team Detroit. And we really have 4 central goals. First is to equip you and provide the resources and forms to support leadership development. To connect you by helping women strengthen their networks, as in today's networking event. Inspire by highlighting and celebrating successful women in business, such as our winning women. And also to inform by creating awareness of workplace challenges that women face and offer solution options. And while our efforts do start with women, they really are very much applicable to men as well. So we are very happy to have both participate and be involved in our planning and our event. So thank you to everyone. And really what it boils down to is we're trying to help you realize your success, whatever that means, whatever your definition of success is. And if you have any ideas, would like to help with the planning, please contact us anytime. You can grab us today, contact us on email or on the stuff page. So now the good part. So why are we here for the Winning Women Awards? So what we tried to do, as Linda mentioned, is we really wanted to do something special for Women's History Month, which was in March, but we'll let that one slide. We wanted to recognize those women who made significant contributions to the agency, to the employees on a very human and personal level, and also to the broader community. And so by celebrating these unsung heroes, we would really like to demonstrate our appreciation and serve as an inspiration for others.
So how did we find these people? How did we nominate them? That's what I get to go through. Kieran did so much work. First of all, can everybody give Kieran So first of all, what we did is there was about a month and a half ago, there was a email that went out that asked people to nominate women that had a couple of things going for them, that had some pretty amazing work accomplishments, that had also had accomplishments outside of their core work function. So you might be in creative, but you also had accomplishments outside of creative. Also, we were looking for people that had impacts and their accomplishments impacted many other groups. And as you hear the bios for people, you'll get a better sense for that. We also were looking for people who had dedication and effort level involved, and who had general integrity. So This is our first annual event. We hope to repeat it, and we hope to continue to celebrate the women at the agency. We also considered in the nominations people outside of the agency, and this can be clients, this can be community leaders, so we would like to continue to do that. We narrowed as I think Linda mentioned, we had lots of different people that were nominated. We even had whole groups that were nominated. And it was really tough to narrow people down to about 5 key winners. I think we did have 1 or 2 people outside as well. So what we're going to do next is present the winners in alphabetic order. Spoiler alert, most of them are sitting up front. We're going to give you a brief biography. So in that biography, we'll highlight some of the accomplishments, some of the outstanding things, the reasons that we actually nominated them. And then we'll present our award, and after that, we'll flow into the networking event. I listen, how many of you listen to Sirius 111? Anybody? Sirius 111 on its radio station, and it's mostly business. It's business and finance. I listen to it. Okay, I'm a nerd. I listen to it on the way in. I listen to it on the way home. And there is a women leadership show in there, and the announcement, the teaser line to that show says, most of the women that don't, and I keep remembering it, most of the women that don't make it in their 30s, the reason is because they don't have that strong network in place. So I think that networking option, particularly for women, particularly at that age, is seriously important. So I'm excited you're all here, and I hope you at least meet 5 more people tonight that you don't really know. So with that,
And we will begin the awards.
Again, thanks for coming, everybody. I'm a little shorter too. And, Tracy came to Team Detroit. She immediately implemented efficiency through the new recruiting programs and launched several professional development initiatives, including Returnship, which is brand new to the agency. And it's a 10-week program that allows females that have advertising world to re-enter the workforce back into it. It's an opportunity for them to come back to the workforce if they've left for some reason, which is a great opportunity for them. She also did the Return for Greenhouse, and it's an internship program for college students. Prior to joining the agency, Tracy's talents and passions were showcased in the 2 organizations she founded, including Adopt Art and a nonprofit dedication to enhancing public school art classrooms through funding and education. And the big idea, Detroit's connection to the communication arts. This is a multi-platform publishing company serving Detroit, Chicago, and Minneapolis. As stated in her nomination form, Tracy is an incredible creative mind and has diverse and interesting experience. I'd like to welcome Tracy up. This is an award and a thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I just really want to quickly thank Linda for empowering her team to do all the things that we do, and thank you to the whole recruiting team, because all of the things that were listed I couldn't possibly do without them, so thank you.
Margaret Bowie. So Margaret was nominated by a few people, actually. And Margaret's known for the widespread organizational change that she's brought to Team Detroit. Most notably, she's responsible for successfully leading the first ever agency-wide scoping process, which allowed for a holistic, consistent, and data-driven approach to determining the agency's yearly financial asks to clients. What were we doing before scope?
Guessing.
At work, Margaret is a well-respected member of our leadership, and outside the office, she's actively engaged in the community service and is an active member of the Questers Group, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to study, conservation, and preservation of historical objects for the benefit of today and tomorrow. As stated in one of the forms we received from Margaret, Margaret is universally respected. She commands the loyalty and trust of her team, the admiration of her peers, and the appreciation of her management. Margaret, if you'll come on up.
And I just wanted to quickly say, I'm only as strong as the people I work with. So I have an amazing team, and that's what makes me successful is.
So not only does she excel as a program manager, but on top of her day job, Norika also spearheads a variety of charitable events and efforts inside and outside of the agency. Through her leadership of Team Detroit's Give program within Engage, the team implemented initiatives that led to the collection and donation of over 500 cases of water for people impacted by the Flint water crisis, 300 sets of hats and mittens for the Children's Center, art supplies for children for arts and scraps, and a truckload of household goods to help families coming out of shelters for humble designs. Norika also works to promote cultural diversity and awareness by leading such events as Imprints Around the World celebration. Norika's passion to help others is not just exclusive to the office. Outside of work, Norika is an advocate of breast cancer awareness, including through Ford's Warriors in Pink as a survivor herself. As stated in her nominating form, Norika has gone above and beyond both at Team Detroit and in the community at large. She is truly the epitome of a winning woman.
I just wanted to say thank you, and I'm very appreciative that I get to do my regular job and do all the other community-related jobs here at Team Detroit with all your help.
So Lauren was going to present Karen's award. She couldn't be with us, so I'm excited to have the opportunity to. Within the agency, So within the agency, Karen Cayley is known for exceptional work ethic as the leads of one of the most significant client programs of 2016. Outside the office, she's known for her commitment and passion to several charitable efforts. As a member of the board of directors for Leah's Happy Hearts, Karen hosts several events throughout the year in memory of a young girl whose life was cut short by an inoperable brain tumor. These events raise funds to help bring joy to the lives of other sick children. And Karen is also an active member in Girl Scouts of America. In fact, her dedication to the organization will be recognized later this month at the Girl Scouts of America event for her community service efforts and demonstration of Girl Scout values. As stated in one of her nominating forms, Karen is a valued leader who has had significant impact on her community as well as women in the workforce. Karen, congratulations.
I almost got your award.
Right. So I also appreciate my team. I think the other thing that I want to recognize, I think about all of us that are being recognized today, is the balance that we have in terms of work and then also giving back to our community. For me, that's been a big thing that I've been able to give back to the community and find other things that can tie back and have that completion in terms of my work and also charity. So I would also suggest that people just get involved in Norika's Give program. It's just a great way to balance out your life and your work. So make sure you check with Norika.
So I get the great pleasure of presenting an award to Kristin Schweitzer. Has anybody ever worked for Kristin? No? With Kristin? I had to work with Kristin. Well, she's a wonderful person, and she's very inspiring. She's known to never turn down an opportunity to help the agency or its people. She's brought about immense change to Team Detroit. I'm sure all of you are familiar with the green effort, the Team Green effort. You had to see the posters, right? You had to see the trash cans over there. She's done an amazing job with implementing that. In fact, what it's resulted in, a lot of her efforts have resulted in some really phenomenal awards for the agency. So when we talked about doing things that impact others, this is a great example. As a result of her efforts with Team Green, Team Detroit has been awarded with the LEED Silver and Energy Start certificates for its headquarters. You can see the logos on the walls back there. These efforts have also received the USGBC EBI, did I say that right? And EBI? Sorry, thank you. And Bauman-Toby Award. And she also was a initial person that started a lot of the WIN efforts. She was on the leadership team that developed also something that probably all of you know and love, which is You Earned It. How many of you actually use that?
I've earned it.
So as you can see, that effort actually earned the agency in 2015 the Positive Business Project Grand Prize from University of Michigan's Ross School of Business Center, which is pretty amazing. So as stated in her nominating form, for the agency, Kristin goes above and beyond to best serve the business for her team. She works really hard. So let's have a round of applause.
Thank you very much. It's wonderful to work at a company that allows us to work on this kind of cool stuff. So take advantage of it. You won't find this many other places. Thank you.
So one more round of applause for all of our 5 winning women. So that concludes the formal portion of the event. Please feel free to enjoy the networking and refreshments for the remainder of the time. And thank you so much for coming.